Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I am going to discuss the topic called electromagnetic radiation. Before going to my topic, I wanted to ask one question, that is, which is a body which absorbs all kind of radiation? This is my question, and in last of the video I will tell the answer. And what is meant by electromagnetic radiation? Electromagnetic radiation is a form of energy that propagates as an electrical and magnetical waves traveling in a packets. It contains neither mass nor charge but travels in a packets of radiant energy. This is called as in photons or quanta. Electromagnetic radiation is nothing but the light, which contains many ranges of frequency. Now I am going to discuss the electromagnetic radiation, which is containing these many topics, that is introduction, structure of electromagnetic radiation, properties of electromagnetic radiation, ranges of electromagnetic radiation, conclusion. We know that first in introduction part, we know that electromagnetic radiation, it is a form of energy which propagates in the form of electrical and magnetic fields. And first is introduction part. In 1887, Heinrich Hertz demonstrated the existence of waves, that is predicted by Maxwell, by producing the radio waves in his laboratory. Means in 1887, Heinrich Hertz, he demonstrated that there are waves, and in beginning there were only the low frequency range of waves, that is called as in radio waves. Only those are demonstrated and predicted by the Maxwell, and it took a bit longer for scientists to discover the higher energy light. Means higher energy light like gamma rays, X-rays, ultraviolet rays, those are identified in later days, and it took a longer time than the discovery of the radio waves. And next is structure of electromagnetic radiation. You can see that electromagnetic radiation, here the electric field is when a particle is in motion, then only the electric field is produced. If electric field is produced, then the magnetic field is produced. Then by Flemish left hand rule, we know that if electric field and magnetic field are both perpendicular to each other, then there must be another force which is existing mutually perpendicular to both. That force is called as a motion or propagation. So electric field and magnetic field as perpendicular, for those two the mutually perpendicular, that is the propagation, and the distance between the two thrust or two troughs is called as a wavelength. And here you can see how the vibrating charge particle produce the light, or we can say electromagnetic radiation. A vibrating charge particle generates in vibrating electric magnetic fields. If there is electric and magnetic fields, then there must be another force, or we can say the direction, or we can say motion and propagation. This vibrating fields make up an electromagnetic wave, that is called the light. Here you can see that the vibrating charge is producing the wave, that is the electromagnetic wave. Means when electric field and magnetic field both synchronize with each other, then the propagation takes place. Then the electromagnetic radiation is produced, and in that electromagnetic radiation there are many different ranges of frequency. On the basis of the frequency, the rays are divided into many parts. Means rays are divided into many types. Next is properties of electromagnetic radiation. You know that what is amplitude. It is the maximum displacement covered by an wave, or we can say that it is a maximum displacement covered by the wave. And next is wavelength. Wavelength, it is, as I said you, it is a distance between two thrust or a two trough. Next is frequency. Frequency, you know that the number of oscillations per second, means number of oscillation of a particle per second, is called as a frequency. Then wave number. Wave number is the reciprocal of the wavelength, that is called as a wave number. And next is ranges of electromagnetic radiation. Here you can see the lower frequency is called as radio waves, then microwaves, then infrared rays. Here you can see that radio waves having lower frequency means you know that the frequency is inversely proportional to wavelength. If the frequency is less, then the wavelength is large. You may see here the wavelength is very large. So as the frequency is increasing, the wavelength is decreasing. You may observe in this chart. So here 10 power 3 of radio frequency, so the wavelength is small. Similar way, microwaves and infrared rays, visible rays, ultraviolet rays, X-rays, gamma rays. Gamma rays is of 10 power 20 to 10 power 24, X-rays of 10 power 17 and 10 power 20. In similar way, ultraviolet rays and visible rays, near infrared rays, microwaves, and lastly the radio waves. Here it is arranged in the form of decreasing frequency. Here you can see that. Means if there is a decrease in the frequency, this is the having higher frequency and smaller wavelength. As I said, the frequency is inversely proportional to wavelength. This is how the electromagnetic radiation can be divided into different types on the basis of ranges, that is frequency ranges and wavelength. So the units of frequency, you know that hertz, and the wavelength, you know that angstrom and picometer, nanometer, etc. And lastly, the conclusion, I wanted to say that I asked one question: which body absorbs all the radiations? That body is called as a black body, and the answer is the black body. So it absorbs all the radiations, and there is no perfect black body till now. So we can say that the lamp black we can use as a perfect black body, not perfect, absolute perfect. We can use as it has a perfect black body, that's it, which absorbs all kind of radiations. And next, if you want still more details about black body radiations, I can do it. Thank you.